Yeah, we've been having fun. And so we launched our blog almost exactly 2 months ago.
Yep.
And it started with a conversation in front of a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And here we are. And the biggest feedback we've received has been they love this. Like, people love this. And we love it too.
And honestly, like, we're trying to define out our niche right now of like what we want for this YouTube channel, where we want to go with it. Because I love the day-to-day vlogs, but it's basically like, I find it boring. But our family our families like it. Our kids love seeing it. Like, when they're like, when they're bored and they want to see themselves, like see photos of themselves, we throw up the vlog and so they can watch themselves on the TV, which is adorable. But we ultimately are just trying to figure out what we want to really showcase, right? And we love these conversations of us just talking, because this is our basically daily thing that we do. We talk about all different things that have been going on in the day.
Yeah, it's true. Once the kids go to bed, it's our time to connect.
Yeah.
And 2020 was a year where one of our main focuses, right in the beginning of the year, we said we want to work on our communication. Yeah. And so kind of at the end of 2020, starting all this was an opportunity for us to continue that conversation.
Yeah.
And, going into 2021, we have some pretty big goals, and we have a lot that we're excited about, both in terms of our values and what we're building in our marriage, our finances, really sticking to a really strict budget, because we've got some pretty strict goals that we want to hit. And then trying to choose every day to make abundant choices, right? And it really is about choice.
Oh, yeah.
We watched a seminar this last week, and it was on being motivated. And one of the big takeaways that I pulled out of it was how much motivation is a choice.
So true.
And oftentimes people are sitting around being like, I'm waiting to be motivated, or I'm not feeling motivated. And it's like, but at some point you have to recognize that every successful person you've ever met made the decision to grow themselves, to become better versions of themselves, and then followed through on that decision on a daily basis. And anyone's capable of that. And so that's our journey this year is we want to become greater versions of ourselves and manage that decision on a daily basis. Even when we're not feeling like it, even if we're up all night with the kids,
teething,
even if it's a bad day at work, or Amy's got a bad day with the kids. I just it's so fascinating. One of the comments that we did get was, how do you guys have time? Yeah. How do we have time?
We make time.
You make time.
We make time. Everyone has 24 hours in a day. We make time. We prioritize.
This channel is not our number one priority.
No. Our number one priority is our faith and our marriage, and then it's our family, like our kiddos.
Yeah.
Those are like top three, and then it's our health and our finances. Like, there's other things with it, but it's this isn't a number one priority. It's a creative outlet. It's for us to really like talk about, like, hey, what do we want to talk about? What do we want to say? And and for us to really have, exploded our communication. Right. For us having this channel. And then even the conversations, like, we have an executive meeting every single week where we talk about our business. Well, we talk about our faith, our finances, our marriage, our business, our health is a big one in there. Our family, like what's going on with the kids. We talk about our Instagram. We talk about our YouTube. We talk about what can we do to do more, and I don't want to say stretch, but stretch totally. Stretch our comfort zone, stretch our capacity. Yeah. And to grow, because we know that we want to continue growing for the rest of our lives. We never want to be stagnant, and I think that's another reason why we've become, and diving in, we're not experts by all means with YouTube or Instagram, but we're excited to become, after 10,000 hours, mastering it. Right? Yeah, and just being able to to understand, to have different platforms for us to express ourselves and to showcase
a snoring bulldog.
And I really want to know, for those of you who have met Aria, she's a great pup. She's 6 years old. She gained a year last year. I thought she was turning 7, but she actually turned 6.
It's true. You got younger overnight.
So she got younger overnight. And she's amazing. We love both breeds.
Yeah, she's a good dog.
She's a good pup.
Yeah.
But we just want to continuously stretch ourselves. So
yeah, I mean, I use this analogy, and I may have even mentioned it earlier. It's like if you're in the gym and you want to build muscle, you don't take weight off.
Yeah.
You add weight to build capacity. And so anybody that's like, oh, you guys are so busy, how did you add another thing? It's like, we are building capacity.
Yeah.
You add to your life to build capacity. You don't take away. You know, it's so interesting because it's like, you know, you and I have been students of leadership. You know, we've tried our hardest to get around positive association who live a holistic style of success. So like Amy and I are very wary and we're very cautious of getting around people that are just financially successful or just successful in their faith or just successful in
their marriage
or you know, in one thing, one category. We're very mindful that like if somebody's holding up a balloon that's their financial success and you don't see any other balloons, I'm wondering where they're hiding them.
Totally. They behind their back,
maybe it's in
there,
or maybe they're deflated, like, you know. And so for us, it's like, I want to see the whole bunch. I want to, you know, show me the whole picture. And if you're going to fly away with that thing, then, you know, let's be friends. And that's been our attitude for like 10 years. And so we're still on that journey. It's a never ending journey. But you mentioned, you know, for the rest of our lives, we want to be continuously growing. I want to be continuously chasing Amy around the house. I had to get that in there.
I was waiting for the end of it because he has a word to finish it off. I was waiting for that. I guess he's going to be PG on this, so that's good.
Yeah. Starts with an N and rhymes with akid.
Okay. Anyways. Yeah, I don't really know. There's other things that have happened this week that have been pretty challenging. Like we have a 3-year-old, three-nager, Xander, who has been figuring out boundaries, and that was kind of tough and interesting. But he's so good at having a conversation about it. So there was talk about school and how he didn't want to go to school, which is uncharacteristic of him, and why was he saying it. So I had to talk with the teachers on Wednesday and finding out that it was like mutual, like not mutual like the teachers don't want him there. That's not what I meant. Mutual as in like it was the comment of his friends pushing him, and I think that there's 11 or 12 boys in the classroom and only 5 girls. So there's a lot of boys, 3-year-old boys, like a lot. So I felt like it was a mutual thing in between the boys pushing each other. And that is the case. But just trying to get down and wanting Xander to know that he's heard. And I don't know, for Alex and I, we always want to, that's another thing we want to grow in and like get better at. And we always have conversations about parenting. It's like, hey, this is a situation that came up. What would you have done differently? And we always talk about it. And that was another one. It's like, we wanted Xander to feel heard, but we also wanted him to know that he can't really dictate his life, as in, like, I'm not going to go to school, even though mom and dad pay for it.
He still has to go to school.
He still has to go to school. So it's like, but I wanted him to know he was heard. And I wanted to make sure that I was doing everything I can as a mom and not knowing anything, never having a child in preschool before, and asking them, like, hey, how are you handling boys touching each other, like pushing each other, all this stuff, because we have 3 boys. Like we continuously say to Xander, get off your brother. And so they told me like hands to yourself and all stuff. So it's good that at least that some of the terminology I can take home and he'll hear it there as well. So I was like, that's a good thing. And then I'm trying to. There's other.
Yeah, I mean, there's crazy moments around the kids, and like 3 boys is exciting. It's fun. It's busy. They crawl over each other all the time. And the other night, we were doing a presentation in our basement. Oh my God. We have a little studio set up, and we thought the kids were like going to bed.
We turned on the camera.
We have a little like monitor in their room. We turned it on, and it was like the exact moment that Xander, our 3-year-old,
jumped off the 3rd stair up to his bunk bed onto his brother, who's wrapped in a blanket. And it looked like a snapshot of WrestleMania.
Yeah, it was WWE.
100%.
Yeah.
And they've never watched wrestling ever.
No, we don't watch that stuff.
We don't watch that stuff.
Oh,
so
man.
we're like, how did they get this? How did they get... And it was crazy.
So we immediately like rushed.
I bolted upstairs.
Yeah, we bolted twice. Like we had to come up and do this.
Twice, yeah.
And the kids were fine. Like Macklin was giggling.
Laughing.
He was laughing. He was having the time of his life. And Xander was just like sweaty and like locker room like gross. And we're just like, dude, like it's bedtime. Calm down, bud. Like
you've been in bed for 2 hours. Like, you should go to sleep. Yeah.
Oh man. Never a dull moment though.
No, it's
Lots of fun.
And then Asher slept through the whole thing, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Such a good boy. But yeah, that's been kind of our week. I had a Xander mummy date, which was fun. We went out shopping, which is awesome. But he has some great style. Like today we went to, I think, just like to a clothing store, and it was like he was pointing out all the like really nice things, and I was like, you have amazing style for like a 3-year-old. I'm very proud of him.
He's so funny. He really wants things that have pockets right now.
Yeah, obsessed with that.
And so he's got these like jumper pants that are like
the joggers. Yeah.
Joggers.
That
And
have zip
he's so cute in them.
Yeah.
And he loves to just like pose with his hand in his pocket. He's just like, you know.
Wears his tube
And,
on like through like during the day, like in the house. just
But
wears
it's
his
like,
tube.
you know, it's cool.
He looks so
He
cool.
wears
He's
it cool.
So cooler than
When
we
I
are.
wear it, I look like a goofball, right? I've got like hair sticking out, and I take it off and I've got a ring across my forehead. Whereas him, he's just like Mr. Cool Pants.
So cool.
Everywhere he goes.
He's always been like that since he was like born though. When he
Yeah.
when he was able to put his like hat on, he like put it on for the first time, and we're like, how did you become cooler than us?
Yeah.
We're like so proud of him. We're like, he's so cool.
I know.
Yeah, so proud of that kid.
It's good times.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we had your mom down. She left on the weekend. Last weekend.
We miss her so much.
Yeah. It's been fun having your mom come and visit. She's a fun person to have around.
So
if you're watching this, Karen,
come on. Yeah,
we love you.
Yeah, we love you so much.
I have a funny relationship with your mom. She sends me the most ridiculous memes
all the time
on Facebook Messenger. And like, I love it. I think it's fantastic. I really appreciate it.
She talks so highly of you, Alex. Like, she adores you, and she's so grateful for. She's like, I have a good relationship with all my daughter and my brother and my son-in-laws, and she's like, but I really like Alex, and I think it's because you guys just have a joking relationship, like you.
Yeah. Well, we've
Over
it
time.
required. There was a moment of vulnerability.
Yeah.
And I think that's important in all relationships.
So important.
But it's like after that moment, it was like, and maybe in a future time we'll share that story, but I need her permission first.
Yeah.
But after that moment, like everything just, I don't know, it just felt like so easy to be around each other.
Yeah.
And I mean, your mom's a fighter. I mentioned
She's
it before.
amazing.
She's going through a lot, and
She's a
she's
warrior.
kicking butt, and we're incredibly...
Kicking butt, taking names.
Yeah, that was for sure.
I'm gonna zoom in when that happens. I'm grateful though. I'm very grateful.
Yeah, she's awesome. When I was growing up, I always knew my mom and my grandmother, my dad's mom, had such a great relationship. And my mom said to us this past time she was here that was her best friend. And thinking about that, it's like, how hard is it to find best friends as an adult? Like, you kind of grow up, you get kind of put into like, you go to school with people and you're like, oh, so-and-so's my best friend because we went to school, we've been like kindergarten together, all this stuff, right? And then you go to like post-secondary. I never went, so I don't really know details. But you go to post-secondary, I'm assuming you like meet other people there, you become best friends there, that kind of stuff.
Sure.
And then you go to work, and then like just friendships can kind of carry on, but I'm pretty sure not everyone is best friends with people from elementary school. Because, well, I'm just saying, I'm not. And I don't know if you really are to some extent. Like, you're in contact with some of them.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not in contact with anyone from elementary school, barely people from high school. And it's not that I don't care for them. It's just that we've lost touch, right? We've had different interests and all that stuff. But that all being said, it's like we've had to define what we cultivated our current association, who we're around. We've handpicked them, so we meet people every day. We talk to people every day, and we get to know people. And I think that's so rare as an adult to do that.
Yeah.
So rare. And sometimes people think we're weird and everything, but it's like, how else are you going to find the people that you're meant to be running in life with? Period. So we love doing that. We love meeting new people like that. But that's one tangent. The other one was that I had a conversation with your mom, knowing that my mom and my grandmother had such a great relationship. My grandma passed away when I was 7. And always knowing that my future husband, I would want to have a great relationship with their mom. And I remember we started dating in November. that Christmas, Alex was with his dad and his sisters, and his mom was by herself. And I was like, hey, I'm going to spend Christmas with your mom. My mom's working. My dad's just hanging out. We're going to get together later. So I decided to spend time with your mom. And that was, like you shared a vulnerable moment with my mom. That was the moment that I was like, I felt was such a pinnacle time for mine and your mom's relationship. Because I have such a great relationship with your mom. And I think that was so big because it began our relationship. And it's grown from there. And she calls me one of her daughters and stuff like that, which is so cool. And I can call her up and be real with her. And it's, I don't know if, we always talk about this, like, who are the people in your life that you can truly be you, right? And that is so, like, truly authentically you. And I am a lot.
It's so funny because it's like, it's like everybody says that they're authentic.
Oh gosh, yeah.
But I think if you really are reflective, you'll remind yourself of a time where you're not, right? It's like, it's like it's similar. I mean, that's a challenge for everybody. But for example, it's like I feel like I wear a lot of different hats.
Yeah, totally.
So I wear hats at home, which are the same in our endeavors.
Yeah.
But I do find I put on a different hat for work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's hard not to.
Well, yeah, because you got different expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't go in there being.
Well, and you were mentioning association, like who your best friends are, and it's like so many of your friends and association are chosen for you.
Yes.
By circumstance, by randomness, or by, choices that you've made. But mostly it's chosen for you. So for example, I've got some friends out of my work, right? And it's like, well, I wouldn't have met them. I wouldn't have necessarily chosen them for certain things if it wasn't for working with them.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And I mean, I'm grateful for friendship, but what I love what you said is it's like, we are focused on connecting with people. We do build our own association daily.
Daily, yeah.
And that might seem weird, but it's not when you break it down.
No.
It's not like we're going out, going up to every single person being like, will you be our friend?
Can you be my friend, please?
Be my friend.
I'm cool. I think I am.
But it's about like trying to have meaningful connections with people that share the same values as you and building your own community, right?
Yeah.
And having that free exchange of value.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And it's like one person, another person coming together, there's an exchange of value and you're both better off because of it.
Yeah, totally.
And that's been a huge focus of ours. And we know that, that old adage, it's who you know, not what you know, has impacted our life like crazy.
Yeah.
Like we wouldn't have had the careers we had, we wouldn't have the business we have,
wouldn't have the marriage we have.
Wouldn't have the marriage,
we
everything.
Wouldn't have the intention for a good marriage.
Or the examples.
Yeah.
Everything came down to association.
Yep.
Everything.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for that. It's actually very humbling.
I know.
Because it's like we didn't do anything special.
No.
We just
really.
I guess we just understood that we needed to know the right people.
Need to know the right people for the life that we wanted.
Yeah.
That's the biggest one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, guys. Hope you got this far.
Hope you heard some Bulldog Snores.
Yeah.
Don't forget to comment if you have any ideas or comments on what we've talked about today.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, share it. We are trying to, it's not a huge focus, but we love the idea of building this community.
Building a community, yeah. And also,
so we'd love for you to be a part of it.
Yeah, and if there's anything you guys want us to talk about, put in the comments. We'd love to have, conversation. Anything you guys want to hear our input on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways.
Until next time.
Bye, guys.